The commercial real estate industry is a complex and intricate business, which often includes larger or smaller scale group investments.
Most larger or institutional investors invest in what we would term commercial real estate. Commercial real estate typically consists of larger office buildings, apartment buildings, shopping centers, or industrial properties. Tenancy-in-common is one of the primary forms of ownership of real estate. It's really nothing new. It's existed since the beginning of private property rights. A tenancy-in-common works by having a number of individual investors come together to jointly buy a piece of real estate. Typically, there will be an operating company. We call that a sponsor, who puts together the offering, brings together the investors, and then operates the property on their behalf.
In fact, hundreds of tenancy-in-common, or TIC, transactions take place every year, totaling in the billions of dollars. There are certain types of investors who may be suitable for a TIC type of investment.
Typically, anyone can invest in a tenant-in-common property. Usually an individual, a married couple, a partnership, or a corporation would be the investor type.
As close to 80 million baby boomers look toward retirement, experts say this type of investment may be suitable for some baby boomers for a number of reasons.
Tenancy-in-common is very appealing to many baby boomers, especially those who have gotten to a point in their investing career where they're no longer interested in dealing with toilets, tenants, and trash that they might have, say, in a typical duplex, triplex, 4-unit type of a property.
For TIC investors, those management responsibilities are handled instead by a professional real estate company.
Usually the age of the investor plays a big role in their desire to invest in a tenant-in-common property because they have been managing their own real estate for a number of years and would like to remove themselves from the day-to-day operations of those properties by selling them properties and investing into a tenant-in-common property where a sponsor company will manage the property for them.
The Tenant-in-Common Association is a national trade association of professionals involved in the TIC industry. Our members include the sponsors who put together the programs, broker-dealers, registered reps, or financial advisors. We also have a number of affiliates like CPAs, tax and securities attorneys, qualified intermediaries, and those are just a few of the types of members that we have. We do not have investors as members of our association. TICA helps our members help our investors.
I had heard about the 1031 exchange concept, and I did some searching on the websites, and I found a broker who was offering these private placements. So when I sold all my property and transitioned into TIC, or tenancy-in-common investments, it was a lifestyle change.
Section 1031 is a portion of the tax code that allows investors to defer taxes on the gain of the sale of real estate if they go through the rules that are inherent in Section 1031. They're not difficult, but they just have to be followed very closely. Today, many residential investors who are selling their properties are finding that they can't find financing for another residential property, a duplex, a 4-unit property, and tenant-in-common therefore is an even more attractive vehicle for those investors because in a tenant-in-common transaction, the debt, the purchase, all of the different aspects of it, the component pieces are put together by the sponsor for the investors.
No matter what your age or your investment experience, there may be an ideal opportunity for every investor. But it's in certain types of commercial real estate that baby boomer investors are finding the greatest payoff. A tenancy-in-common or TIC investment might be right for you too. There are hundreds of tenancy-in-common transactions occurring each year, totaling in the billions of dollars.
The tenant-in-common form of investment is very important today and becoming more important, both because of the current state of the economy, which causes many people to want to explore something like tenancy-in-common, but also because of the broad demographic shift that's occurring throughout the United States.
And many Americans have never heard of Section 1031 and are not aware of this investment option available to them.
Most investors who are going into tenant-in-common investments are utilizing a Section 1031 tax-deferred exchange in order to defer those taxes.
Tenancy-in-common investors don't have to deal with the headaches of tenants, toilets, and trash. In a TIC program, the property is managed by a professional real estate company.
Our association helps our members serve investors, and we do that through a variety of programs such as educational programs, networking, publications, and advocacy. And I think in a nutshell, we are the voice of the industry.
not only did my cash flow, my monthly cash flow increase dramatically, but also it freed up a lot of my time from the management headaches.
Whether your goal is greater income, fewer management responsibilities, or preservation of capital, a tenant-in-common investment may be a positive addition to your portfolio. For more information, call your licensed securities representative or visit ticassos.org.